Hello, I'm David Bagnall. I'm the curator with the Frank Lloyd Wright Trust. I'm here at the Frank Lloyd Wright Home and Studio in Oak Park, Illinois. And while our sites are temporarily closed, we're sharing highlights from our buildings. I'm standing in the drafting room of the studio, and it was in this space that Wright designed some of the most important buildings of his career. And today I'd like to talk about one of those buildings, the Frederick C. Robie House. Designed from 1908 to 1910, the Robie House is recognized locally, nationally, and internationally as one of the most significant buildings of the 20th century. It was the City of Chicago's first landmark building. It is a National Historic Landmark, and in 2019, it was inscribed to the World Heritage List. I'd like to talk about one of the design innovations that makes the house so important, the open floor plan. The expansive living space at the heart of the Robie House is one of the great innovations of 20th century architecture and design. The light-filled open plan is ingenious in its simplicity. A single room comprising living and dining spaces divided only by a central chimney. In contrast to the weight of brick and limestone on the building exterior, the great room is defined by light and space, lined on all sides with doors and windows of leaded glass. The living and dining areas of the Robie House are visually united into one continuous space by a 47-foot span of leaded glass doors opening to a narrow balcony that extends across the length of the south facade. Creating horizontal bands of uninterrupted glass in his prairie buildings, Wright conceived his windows as an integral part of his organic design. Known for their extensive use of clear glass with touches of colour, Wright's window designs are all geometric abstractions unique to the building for which they were created. At the Robie House, Wright achieves a remarkable balance between transparency and enclosure, blurring the boundaries between interior space and the world of nature beyond. Natural light is supplemented with a complex scheme of artificial lighting. Integrated at the perimeter of the ceiling are patterned oak screens with frosted glass shielding recessed lighting. Along the dropped edge of the ceiling, electrified globe fixtures of oak and glass project into the room. The lighting system is completed by brass wall sconces that cast dramatic geometric shadows onto the plastered walls. Anchoring the spaces of the main floor is the monumental fireplace, the symbolic and literal heart of the house. It is from this immense brick structure that all elements of the building radiate like branches from the trunk of a tree. The hearth area is framed by a sheltering niche called an ingle nook. The structure provides integral seating and screens the pathway from the upper hall into the living room. In his architecture, Wright rejected the existing concept of rooms as single-function boxes. Instead, he created open spaces with shared functions partitioned by screens, furnishings, and subtle changes in ceiling height. The interiors of the house are delineated by simple oak mouldings and painted in warm autumnal colours. Subtle yellows, ochres, and pinks are applied in layers to the highly textured plaster. The effect is inherently organic, reinforcing the connection between architecture and nature. The palette and materials set the tonal key for furnishings and fixtures in the house. In accordance with his philosophy of organic architecture, Wright and his associates designed custom furnishings, fixtures, carpets and fabrics for the Robie House. In the living area, the furniture does not impede the sense of openness. Expansive armchairs, geometric tables of oak, and a custom table lamp of leaded glass are all conceived in harmony with the building itself. To the east of the chimney is the dining area, a space